Okay, so today we're going over Module 11. It's called Corresponding Parts of Similar Figures. And the objective is, again, what is the relationship between sides and angles of two similar figures? So let's start off with this first one. It says both triangles are similar. You're going to complete a ratio of their sides. So what you do first is just figure out what sides go together. So we know that side AB goes with side QP right here. All right, the next two sides that go together, we say side AC goes with side PR. And the third side that goes together, we say side BC goes with side QR. All right, so when you write a ratio of the sides, this is what we mean. So I'm going to start off by putting AB over, so we know AB goes with QP, or PQ. So equals, and I know AC goes with PR, so I'm going to say AC over PR. And then the third side, BC, that goes with QR. So you say equals BC over QR. And then when I write out my similarity statement, I'm going to say triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. Okay. So here we say these are the side proportions. And remember, this sign right here means similar. Okay, let's try this next one. So again, we want to figure out what the corresponding sides are. So let's start off with first one, AB corresponds to DE. Okay, next one. We say CB, that goes with FE, which means the last one is AC, that goes with the F. All right, so when we start off writing our proportional statement, and it doesn't matter what side we start with, I'm just going to go with this one. So I'm going to say AC goes with DE. So AC over DE equals, I'm going to say CB corresponds to FE equals, and then we say AB corresponds to DE. And then when I write my similarity statement, I'm going to say triangle ABC similar to triangle DEF. Okay, example 3. I'm saying, are the triangles similar? So what we have to do here is figure out, do they have the same ratio? So again, what we do first is we start off by looking at what sides correspond with each other. So I know that side, this one, corresponds to this side. And then I know that the side that's 4, it corresponds to the 8 over here. Okay, so then when I figure out are they similar, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take 3 and 6. I'm going to say 3 over 6 equals, I take 4 and 8. Okay, so from here, and we want to reduce the fraction. So 3 over 6 reduces to 1/2. 4 over 8 reduces to 1/2. Since these two are the same, then we just say the two triangles are similar because the sides are proportional. Okay, let's try the next one. Example 4. So again, are the triangles similar right here? So what we do first is we take let's compare the sides to go together. So let's say this one, looks like it goes with this one. Three goes to the 6. And then the 2 here goes to 4. Okay, so when we compare the sides, so again, 4 and 8, 4 over 8, and then we have 3 and a 6, and then we have 2 and 4. And here from here, we just reduce. So 4 over 8 reduces to 1/2. 3 over 6, 1/2. 2 over 4, 1/2. So they're all the same. So here we say triangle ENB similar to triangle ATM. And we say because the sides are proportional. All right, example 5. And here are the triangles similar. So again, here we're going to compare some of the parts. So if I start off with this side here, 2, 4 here, the 3 and the 6, and then last one would be the 4 and the 7 over here. Okay, so when you set up our proportion, I start off with 2 and 4. You could say 3 and 6. And I could say 4 and the 7 go together. So 4 over 7. Same from here. I reduce. So 2 over 4, 1/2. 3 over 6 which is the 1/2. But 4 over 7 cannot be reduced. So it means these are not equal. So here we say not the same proportion. So here we're going to say triangle ABC, put a slash through it. And remember, this means not similar. You say triangle BC not similar to DEF because the sides are not proportional. Okay, next one. Here are the triangles similar. So what we're looking for is the missing angles here. So this angle right here, when we find it, we just take 85 plus 40. And that gives us 125. And then we take 180 minus 125. And that gives us 55 degrees. Okay, so what I do there is I put this angle here, 55 degrees. Okay. Now what I do over here, same thing. To find this angle, I just take 85 plus 55 was 140. And then 180 minus 140 is 40. So right here I put in a 40 degrees. So I'm going to say triangle. Oh, wait, let me do this instead. I'm going to say the triangles similar because corresponding angles are congruent. Okay, 7. So here again, you want to see, are these triangles similar? So what I do first is, again, I want to find this angle. So all I do there is I just take 90 plus 32. That gives me 122. So 180 minus 122. That gives me 58 degrees. So that means this angle right here is 58 degrees. And to find this one, I just take 90 plus 55. That gives me 145. And then 180 minus 145 gives me 35 degrees. So that means that this angle here is 35 degrees. So the angles are not congruent. So I'm going to say the triangles are not similar. Because corresponding angles are not congruent. Okay. All right, now example 8, I'm going to solve for the value of x. So the way I set that up is I start off by putting both sides go together. So x and the 5 go together. And then the only other number they give us here is the 6. So I'm going to put in a 6 right here. That goes with the 12. So the way I set this up is I just take, so remember 12 and 6 go together. So 12 over 6 equals, and 5 and x go together. 5 over x. So all I do now is I just cross multiply here. So 12 times x gives me 12x. 6 times 5 gives me 30. What I do now is just divide both sides by 12. These eliminate. So I get x equals 30 over 12. But I could reduce this a little bit more, so I'm going to reduce it by, let's say, by 6. So 30 goes into 6 5 times. 12 goes into 6 2 times. So I'm going to say x equals 5 over 2. All right, and last example, I want to solve for the value of y right here. So again, y is this side right here. So that corresponds to the 8. And then the 4, which is the other number they give us here, that corresponds with the 6. So I set up my proportion. So now I'm going to start off with 8 and y. And I have 6 and 4. And I cross multiply here. Y times 6 gives me 6y. And then 8 times 4 gives me 32. Again, I'm going to divide by 6. These eliminate. And I get y equals 32 over 6. I'm going to divide both of them by 2. So 36 divided by 2 is 16. 6 divided by 2 is 3. So my answer here is y equals 16 over 3. Okay, so we're done with today's notes.